Welcome to the Holidays to Switzerland podcast. If you're planning a trip to Switzerland, this is the podcast for you. I'm your host, Carolyn Schonefinger, the founder of holidaysto-switzerland.com. And in each episode, my expert guests and I share practical tips to help you plan your dream trip to Switzerland. You'll get helpful advice about travelling around Switzerland and hear about the most popular destinations, as well as some hidden gems. And we'll introduce you to plenty of wonderful experiences that you can enjoy as part of your Swiss vacation. Each episode is packed with expert tips, itinerary ideas, and inspiration to help make your Swiss vacation planning easy. So let's dive in. Hello, Grüezi, and welcome to this week's episode of the Holidays to Switzerland podcast. The month of July is going to be a big one in Switzerland, as the country is hosting the UEFA Women's Euro football tournament. Fans from all around the world will be in Switzerland to attend matches, and for many of those fans, it's going to be their first visit to the country, but hopefully not their last. The idea for this episode came from Ellie and Robin, listeners of the podcast, after they contacted me and asked if it would be possible to record an episode about the tournament. They mentioned that they had been chatting with lots of people in online forums who are heading to Switzerland for the tournament, just like they are, and that there were lots of questions that these people wanted answered. So fortunately, I was able to connect with the perfect person to answer all their questions for us, and he is joining me today. But even if you're not attending any of the Women's Euro matches, I'm sure you'll get plenty of helpful information from this episode. So let's welcome Matthias Albrecht to the podcast. Good morning. Thank you very much for joining me on the podcast today to talk about one of the biggest sporting events of the year, the UEFA Women's Euro 2025. Before we get started and talking about the tournament, could you introduce yourself and tell us about your involvement with the tournament?
Yes, good morning from my side. I'm Matthias. I'm working for Switzerland Tourism here in the Nordic countries. I'm based in Sweden, in Stockholm, and I'm also co-lead of the project of the campaign for the Women's Euro 2025. And so, yeah, it's a very exciting project, and I'm very happy to do that, and also help a bit from a market perspective from outside Switzerland to steer this campaign and to do the right things for that tournament.
Okay, great. So for the folks that are listening who perhaps aren't familiar with the Women's Euro, can you explain what it actually is?
Yeah, I mean, the UEFA Women's Euro 2025 is the 14th edition of Europe's premier women's football championship, and it will take place in Switzerland from the 2nd to the 27th July, featuring 16 national teams competing across 31 matches. And the tournament kicks off with Iceland versus Finland in Thun, and concludes then with the final in Basel at the St. Jakob Park on 27th of July.
Okay, so it'll be a month full of action and excitement.
Exactly.
Yeah. So why is the tournament being held in Switzerland this year?
Switzerland was selected as the host nation by the UEFA in 2022, marking the country's first time hosting the Women's Euro. And the decision reflects UEFA's commitment to promoting women's football across Europe, and of course also Switzerland's capability to host major international sporting events. And I would say Switzerland has it all. On one hand, the infrastructure, and then of course as well the beauty of the country to host such a tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure everyone, both the competitors and the spectators that are coming, are looking forward to experiencing all that beauty. You mentioned a couple of the cities there where the tournament will kick off and where the final will be held, but what are all the cities that will be hosting games throughout the tournament?
Yeah, these matches will be played in 8 different Swiss cities, and that's Basel, as already mentioned. Then in Bern, in Geneva, in Lucerne, more central Switzerland, in Sion, that's in the Valais region, then in St. Gallen, very much in the east of Switzerland, in Thun, again, more in the central, and then as well in Zurich. So 8 wonderful places and really nice places to visit. It's I would say that the venues offer a mix of modern facilities and picturesque settings, and providing the fans with a memorable tournament experience.
Definitely. So how many people are expected to visit Switzerland for the tournament itself?
Yes, Switzerland anticipates welcoming around 700,000 spectators, visitors throughout the tournament. Around 2/3 of them will be from Switzerland, and then the other third is coming from abroad. And that's significantly more than during previous editions of Women's Euro. So we have way more people from abroad, and we think that many guests will combine football with holidays. And we are very sure that we will actually set the new record of visitors in that tournament. So I think it will be almost sold out already now. We have sold a lot of tickets, and almost more than 4 years ago when the Women's Euro were held in the UK.
Okay, well, that was going to be my next question. If someone's listening to this episode and they are still keen to go, but they haven't got their tickets yet, is it too late?
No, it's not too late. It's almost too late, but not totally. Tickets are still available for some matches, and you can purchase them through the UEFA's official resale platform. And high demand matches release additional tickets daily at 11 o'clock European time. So be ready then. I've seen today there is 10 tickets for the most visited matches. So we still have a little chance also for the almost sold out matches. And there is a few matches which have a bit more tickets available, but as mentioned before, it's quite full already, but there is a chance to still visit the matches.
Okay, great. And I will put a link to that UEFA ticket site in the show notes so people can visit that and see what's still available.
Wonderful.
So for those people that do have tickets and they're going to attend one or more of the matches, what are some of the things that they should know about the logistics, getting to the game, when they're arriving at the ground, all that sort of thing? What are some of the important things that you would like them to know?
I mean, one thing is that there is free public transport included. I think that's a really great thing. So match ticket holders are really entitled to free public transport within Switzerland on match days. And so we can also promote sustainable travel. And wherever you are in Switzerland, you take the train, bus and boat and travel to your match. Even though it's probably at the other side of the country, no problem, and travel back. So you have, in a way, 2 in 1. You have a fabulous match, but you have also a great journey through wonderful landscape.
That's amazing.
That is one thing, and I think that also, Swiss public transport is also known for its efficiency, and we will also have up to 400 extra trains during that time. So you will definitely find your way through Switzerland, and you'll find a train which transports you back and forward.
Good. I know a lot of the matches finish at night time, at 9:30 p.m. or so forth. Will there be trains running after those times to get people back home again?
Absolutely, yeah. That's these 400 extra trains mainly run in the evening and late night, so that everyone can travel back. And the tickets, of course, are also valid for these night train rides.
Excellent. Okay, so what about when people get to the ground? Should they allow, extra time? Will there be added security levels? What sort of things can they take into the ground with them? Can they take food and drink, or what sort of info should they be aware of in that regard?
Yeah, I think it's important that you arrive early, so that there is some time for security screenings at the stadium entrances. And regarding food and beverages, there each venue has actually its own regulations, so it's a bit different from one venue to the next.
Mhm.
But yeah, generally, I would say bringing outside food and drinks is restricted. Is not possible. So uh, buy your drinks, your food within the stadium. But what is also important to say, there is very reasonable prices and within the stadiums, it's also the match tickets don't cost much. So it's really a possibility to visit those matches with the whole family and enjoy.
Okay, that's good to know. Okay, so not everyone, I guess, will be lucky enough to be attending one of the matches, or they might be in Switzerland just for a vacation and they didn't know the tournament was on, but now they've heard about it and they want to get involved in some way. What other public events, or are there any public events that will be happening that they can take part in? Because I know a number of years ago, I was lucky enough to be in Bern during the men's Euro 2008. And there was a fantastic fan zone that we visited, and it was a really great atmosphere. Is there going to be fan zones and other things like that people can attend?
Absolutely. There are UEFA fan zones in all the host cities, and there will be, of course, live match screenings and in a vibrant atmosphere. As you just mentioned, you have discovered back in 2008. I'm very sure that will be the case as well this time. And there will be as well entertainment in these live zones, so we can enjoy live music, cultural performances, and interactive activities. And I think it will be really nice, even for those people who didn't manage to get the ticket, but to have a bit of this UEFA Women's Euro feeling in all these fan zones. We have one exception in Basel. We have even two fan zones, not only one. So they really, reduce it to the max in a way and make the most out of it. And they are expecting, they just made a press release, they are expecting more than 500,000 people to visit these two fan zones. So it's really a party going on in Basel, but also in all the 7 other host cities.
Yeah, okay, great. And I'm sure the information about all those fan zones will be on the UEFA website as well.
Absolutely. They will be on the UEFA website, but also on the Switzerland.com website. So under Switzerland.com/Voiro25,
Mm-hmm.
WEURO25, you will find all the information about the host cities, but also about the fan zones.
Okay, that's good to know. Right. So for anyone who's in Switzerland during the tournament and they're in one of those host cities on game day, is there anything that they should be particularly aware of? I mean, we've mentioned that there'll be additional train services and so forth. Anything else that they might perhaps need to know?
Yeah, I think, I guess cities will be a bit more busier or expect more food traffic during this time. We're unsure how much this will be seen in the cities because we sometimes have as well other events, of course, in these cities. And normally in the cities, it is a bit busier than in the countryside anyway. But of course, it's better to plan ahead and to book your accommodation before, and also the travel arrangements from one place to the next. You can book before and even make a reservation. Even though I personally never make a train reservation in Switzerland,
Mm-hmm.
and that is actually also possible. You have so many trains; they go anyway every 30 minutes, sometimes even every 15 minutes from one place to the other. So it's no issues to have a problem maybe where you not get transported or something.
Okay, excellent. Now, we've talked about the tournament, so I guess one important question that we should know is, are the Swiss team expected to do well in the tournament?
We really hope so. I mean, as the host nation, we have been automatically qualified for the tournament. And we're definitely not the top favorites, but we're playing on home soil. And so I really hope that will help the team, the fan shouting and helping the team on the pitch to really win some matches. And I think that the important is that the first match or the first two matches are going well. That would really create, of course, additional euphoria for the tournament. That would be really nice.
Well, I hope all our podcast listeners are cheering on the Swiss.
That will be wonderful. We need it. And we hope that you come and that you're cheering around the globe, but also that you come to Switzerland and help us and cheering with us.
And I guess all the matches will be televised on TV too.
Absolutely, they're televised almost worldwide. I've seen there is television broadcast around the globe.
Mm-hmm.
It's also on the UEFA website. You see where it's being televised in which country, on which broadcaster, and it's almost everywhere around the globe. You will see it on TV, and even better when you travel to Switzerland.
Of course. Now, I've received a few emails and comments through social media from people who are planning to attend Switzerland or visit Switzerland and attend some of the matches, and they've had a few questions. It's their first time they'll be visiting Switzerland, and there's a few little things. Obviously, a lot of them are just trying to travel as light as possible without taking too much luggage with them, which is always a very smart way to travel. So they've asked me to ask you a few questions just to help with their ease of packing and knowing what to bring. So firstly, hotels. In general, I know we can't speak for every single hotel in Switzerland, but in general, do they provide toiletries like shampoo and conditioner and body wash and so forth?
Yes, absolutely. Most Swiss hotels offer basic toiletries, including shampoo, conditioner, soap, lotion. And of course, the quality and range can vary a bit depending on the hotel's rating and brand. And budget accommodations may provide standard options, sustainable options. Basically, yes, most Swiss hotels offer these basic toiletries.
Okay, great. Now, I know that the electrical sockets in Switzerland are different to the rest of Europe. So what kind of plug adapter do travellers need to bring to Switzerland?
Switzerland uses Type C and Type J plugs with a standard voltage of 230 volts and a frequency of 50 megahertz. So travelers will probably need a plug adapter to fit these socket types. Mostly, if you have one for Germany, mostly it works, or for France as well. Italy, these are not so different. Mm-hmm. It mostly works, but not always. So bring along an adapter, and that is solved.
Yeah, just to be sure. And of course, if you're coming from the UK, your adapters are very, very different. So definitely exactly. you need a J adapter there.
Yeah.
So often security and safety is a concern for people. And from some of the listeners that I heard from, they're traveling solo or they're gay or lesbian. Is Switzerland generally regarded as safe and welcoming for everyone?
Absolutely. Switzerland is known for its safety, also for its political stability and inclusive society. So solo travelers, including women and LGBTQ individuals, can really expect a welcoming environment. And I think we're really looking forward to welcome everyone in Switzerland.
Excellent. So do you have any top tips for people who are going to be in Switzerland during the tournament, even if they're not attending one of the matches?
Yes, I mean, in general, I mean, utilize the public transport. Take advantage of the efficient and extensive public transport network. This is really, I would say, a USP of Switzerland. Enjoy the whole country by train, bus, and boat. And then, explore Switzerland beyond football. Take the train and see the landscapes, the historic sites, the cultural experiences, the peaks, the snow-capped peaks, but also dive into a Blue Lake, for example.
Mm-hmm.
So really make use of the various offers Switzerland has and offers, yeah.
Don't just come for the football. There's so much more on offer.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would say also stay a bit informed, keep an eye on the local news and on what's going on so that you don't miss any important information.
Fantastic. So any final thoughts about the tournament before I let you go?
Enjoy a great tournament and a wonderful country. And we are really looking forward to welcoming you in Switzerland.
Thank you so much for providing all that information with us. And I'm sure everyone listening who is attending one of the matches or will be in Switzerland during July will certainly get into the groove and feel the wonderful atmosphere that the tournament provides, as well as enjoying the beautiful country.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to.
Thanks so much. Switzerland has a reputation for hosting fantastic events, and this year's Eurovision final in Basel is a prime example. So the Women's Euro 2025 should be no exception. If your main purpose of visiting Switzerland is to go to a game or two, or just to soak up the atmosphere of the tournament at one of the many public events, I encourage you to get outside the host cities and explore some of Switzerland's other destinations too. As Matthias mentioned, the public transport network in Switzerland is incredible. It takes you all over the country, so you can easily visit other towns and cities. Definitely have a wander around the host city that you're in and explore all its top sites and attractions. But why not take a day trip to somewhere you've never heard of, or that wasn't in your original travel plans? Here are a few suggestions. From Bern, you can easily take a day trip to Morten, which is on a beautiful lake, or to Gruyere, where, of course, you can try delicious Swiss cheese and chocolate. The Jungfrau region and the other beautiful valleys of the Bernese Oberland are easily accessible from Thun. From St. Gallen, the gorgeous town of Appenzell is just 40 minutes away. Lucerne, of course, is the ideal starting point for a mountain excursion or perhaps a lake cruise to Brunnen. And you can be in the spa town of Leukerbad in just over an hour from the host city of Sion. And of course, there are plenty of day trip possibilities from the larger cities of Zurich, Basel, and Geneva too. If you'd like more ideas about where you could take a day trip, visit holidaystoswitzerland.com. Thank you very much again to Ellie and Robin for listening to the podcast and for suggesting that I record an episode about the Women's Euro. I hope you both have a fantastic time cheering on your team at the tournament. And don't forget to cheer for the Swiss team too. To everyone else listening who is visiting Switzerland for the first time, I hope you fall in love with this beautiful country just as I have, and that you'll return again in the not too distant future to explore more of Switzerland's hidden corners. You'll find links to the official UEFA website for the tournament and the Switzerland Tourism website, which has lots of information about this year's Women's Euro, in the show notes. So go and check those out. You'll also find a link there to grab a copy of my free guide, 21 Useful Things to Know Before You Visit Switzerland. And if you haven't purchased your Swiss Travel Pass yet, it's available in my online shop, and the link for that is also in the show notes, which you'll find at holidaystoSwitzerland.com/episode 139. Thank you for tuning in today. If you've enjoyed the episode and you know someone who's heading to the Women's Euro 2025 and will find this episode helpful, I'd be super grateful if you could share the podcast with them. And I'd love to hear your feedback. You can leave me a voice message via the link in the show notes or send an email to hello@holidaystoSwitzerland.com. Until next week, cheers!
Take a right or take a left, end up in the perfect place. Ain't no wrong way when you got time. Whoa, the streets are mine. Drive alone or take some friends.